stories are always so alarming, and it's, what do you do?
Right.
Meantime, it's hot outside, but not as hot as we thought it might be.
Definitely. And, you know, the rest of the country still seeing much warmer temperatures than what we're seeing. Downright nice day, to be honest, in the metro area. It's 82 degrees currently in Vancouver. This is our Maryhill tasting room and bistro camera. See some beautiful, mostly thin high clouds in the shot here, but also plenty of blue sky. Meanwhile, looking much more dramatic in Bend. So east of the mountains, we're seeing thunderstorms in the region. That's why we get those beautiful cumulus clouds there. 81 degrees in Bend, and we can pull up our radar. You can see just how much lightning is trekking through south central Oregon right now, heading towards Bend. Let's zoom in. You can see some thunderstorm cell there right over Lapine. We've also we're seeing some flashes of lightning there around Santiam Pass, and meanwhile northeastern Oregon dealing with some rain and some downpours as well. So that's certainly impacting the temperatures. Look how much cooler it is east side of the state. John Day and Baker City in the mid 60s. So the warmest temperatures we're seeing on the map right now in the western valleys, low 90s in Eugene and Roseburg right now. Of course, nice and mild along the coast. Mid 60s to the low 70s out there. So we're also seeing those rainfall totals starting to tick up across central and eastern Oregon. Just about 1/4 of an inch falling in John Day so far today, closer to 1/3 of an inch in Burns, and we're seeing trace amounts now in Bend and Redmond with those thunderstorms that are trekking north. Meanwhile, here in Portland, we still haven't seen measurable rain since June 19th, so it's been 46 consecutive days. You can see we're kind of approaching the top 5 here. That's what this graphic is showing you. So summer of 1960, we went 55 consecutive days without measurable rainfall in Portland. So if this dry streak continues, which for now it's looking like that's going to be the case, we could crack into the top 5 longest dry streaks here. As far as our thunderstorm outlook goes tonight, we are expecting those scattered storms to continue east of the mountains generally, and then tomorrow could continue to see those storms through the Cascades as well. We could see some of those bubbling up in the afternoon. Let's talk about our Portland area forecast for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies to start the day, but should be a fairly nice day and not quite as hot as we were initially anticipating. So we're thinking mid to upper 80s for our high temperatures as long as that cloud cover hangs around for us. And lowered Sunday's temperature too. So we were initially thinking low 90s. Now we're thinking upper 80s. Sunday, we could also see a little bit of a drizzle in the morning. That also goes for Monday morning. We've got thicker cloud cover both of those days to start the day. But then we're cooling down early next week, actually seeing a nice stretch of weather there Monday through Thursday. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s with morning clouds, afternoon sunshine. We will start to warm up at the end of next week as another ridge of high pressure builds.